morning, everyone. You saw the setup, but you didn't see him pop in. I literally just added him before I turned on the camera. That's Thor, by the way. And happy Thor's Day to you. It's a beautiful morning out there for me. So, not really much to talk about before we get into this, but I wanted to say I did spot two celestial things happening. One, we had a power outage a few nights ago. I decided to take the flashlight and, just go see what the extent of the damage was. Apparently, power was out for maybe about a block or two. Could not figure out what that was all about, but when I looked up at the sky, I noticed the moon was in this deep orange. Kind of interesting. Tuesday when I was walking home, I noticed that the sun, you could actually look at it without blinding yourself, and I'm light sensitive, so that's saying something. I was wearing shades just in case anyone wanted to know, but anyway, same color. Sun and moon in the same color in the same week. And we're coming into a full moon tomorrow, which is great because I plan on doing a little cleansing of the decks in the moonlight, and probably some cleansing of the crystals that I'm using. I've already put them in salt, or maybe a little charging. I usually grid them right after I'm done here, but that's beside the point. Let's get into this thing because apparently I'm running behind today. So we're having a bit of a time constraint. But who is Thor sending as a guide? Well, we've got Vegas here. We have a compass. So now we're going to get a little direction for today. So, have we taken the rather intense lesson from Monday, bundled it with what we learned Tuesday, and then put it together with what we have, or what we had yesterday? I hope so, because I'm getting a nagging feeling that today we're going to need what we took from all three of those days, apply them to today, and head into tomorrow. So we do have a stag spirit. This is letting me know. I think that Forge Don't Follow card is coming, because it does tell us to take the lead. And stags usually do. So whether or not you've set your intention to lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step up to the forefront of your life. Stag Spirit is a reminder that now is the time to heed the call to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look to you, and you have it within you to see through the eyes of the Stag Spirit and walk with confidence as you take on responsibilities that are yours now, and model integrity in all that you do and in all your relationships. Be willing to see the best in others so that your compassionate heart can keep you on the right path. And it wants you to know that your responsibilities are to yourself too, because you are learning and developing new skills. Now the best in you is coming into view as you step forward with strength, knowing that this spirit supports you. You're a model of transformation now, sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others so that they may grow and discover their best selves too. So stay humble and authentic, walk your talk, for this is how a wise leader leads. And for that Vegas here, that one really doesn't come up that often, does it? Just where are we heading, it looks like. Okay, so basically, anything a compass usually tells you, you're never truly lost unless you choose to be. You can find your own way. Find your own paths, even if they're hidden to you. Which makes sense. So let's get into the tarot a little bit here. So in our past, we got our past, our present, and our future. So we got a Two of Cups, we got a Four of Coins, and we have Death. Hope you'll pardon me for a moment as my coaster gets stuck to my teacup here. I'll tell you, some of the things around here have gotten a little weird too. Alright. Still a little warm there. Not the type you're going to take, that's not the type of tea you're going to take down at that temperature. Okay, so that Two of Cups, that we do have some connection and attraction here. But my question is to what? Now, we know that the cups are emotional, but we know also that the coins are earth-based. And we do have a tendency to be a little possessive. I mean, that's what this is. We're trying to be a little bit controlling, and we can see that, you know, things really do need to change, because death is definitely a part of that. But on the other side of that, on that death, the flip side of that coin is always rebirth. So, what I'm seeing so far is, well, it kind of goes back to what I was reading yesterday. I'm actually reading Rebecca Campbell's book, Light is the New Black. We're about to get into one of her decks next. And what it mentioned was that too often we try to control and move things. We don't really kind of let the universe take us where we need to go sometimes. Today is one of those times where we do need to lead. We do need to take control of ourselves a little bit. But it's also good to kind of hang loose a little bit. You know, you don't have to take the reins every time someone's if you're trying to help someone and they're stuck, you don't have to take the reins and do it yourself. You can kind of guide them and show them why. And then you move on. I'm looking at this as some gentle leadership rather than, you know, you're still bossing up. You still have to. But you really need to let go of your control so much. Know what I'm saying? Hope it makes sense. Anyway, next we do have Rebecca Campbell's deck here. You got Earthed, Inner Earth, Baby Steps. Okay, so the Forge Don't Follow card did not come through today. So, again, we're trying to be in the world but not of it. So, it's okay to be here now. That makes sense. However, remember, you're being guided. And today's one of those days where it's a good idea to kind of let your spirit, let your soul guide you today. Listen to it. That inner earth. These are new beginnings and solutions. That's pointing right here. This is pointing right at that Four of Coins. The baby steps. This is follow your intuition before it makes sense. So if there are new problems that you haven't run into before, go with your gut. Your gut's not going to lead you wrong. There are even billionaires on this planet who've written books. And those billionaires have stated that how they became billionaires was by trusting their gut. Their gut never led them wrong. It wasn't that they looked at a project and said, yep, I'm going to just jump on that. They had to take what they knew from failure and experience. Many of them failed before they ever became successes. And those failures were the best lessons they ever learned. But whenever something crossed their paths, the combination of their gut and their knowledge led them to go, okay, I'll take a chance on that one. And it pays off big. It's a big risk, but it's also a big reward when it works out. So, whatever it is you're going through today, you are going to be okay. But remember, stand strong. Stand strong. Be that leader. Boss up a little bit. But try not to be the iron-fisted tyrant who's just squeezing everything. And then finally, we have dagas, manas, and that's pointing towards self-development there, and elhas. What was it said before? You're protected, right there. And that's an elk horn. What we have over there, antlers here, antlers there. So we're seeing a lot of protection in here, a lot of self-development. And then we've got dagas. I'm pretty certain dagas is a pretty good card to have come up. And here it is again, more protection. So, have hope, because happiness is within your grasp. The time for sorrow is over. Grief is necessary, but will soon diminish. So, whatever it was that you had from before that is now gone and it's passed away, the time for you to grieve about it is over. Remember, don't look back. You're not headed that way. You're headed forward. So, don't worry. Your happiness is just around the corner here. Keep working. You're protected again. Develop in all the ways that you can. Become the best version of you. And try not to worry so much. You're going to be alright. So let's go through the whole thing here. So this is our direction today. We need to take the lead, but not control. There's a difference. You can lead without completely controlling every subtle nuance of it. Trust those that you're working with. That's what this is. There are going to be some people you're going to have to work very closely with today. Where you're working, don't be stingy with the knowledge. Be a little more open. These kind of things from the past here. This is actually your present. You're kind of holding back on something. Stop. Let that go. Let that old controlling you go away. It's possible to follow the lead of your soul here, because your soul, your gut, your instinct, whatever you want to call it, is not going to lead you astray. Continue that self-development. Don't worry too much with these two cards. These two are protection cards, which is kind of interesting. You got a death card right there, but you got two protection cards. Today is a day about taking a leap of faith in some people. And I'm usually the first one to say, I have faith in my gods, not faith in people. Today is kind of see that divine in someone else. See that spark and trust them. Guide them, lead them, but trust them. If they mess up, they mess up. You can step in and help them correct it. Alright, so looks like we're facing a lot of this at work, at our jobs today. So I don't know why I'm getting that particular particular vibe. Maybe it's because a lot of us are working today. Whatever work you do, do it well. And do it to your utmost. But that's really all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having a cup of tea with me. Thank you for consulting with me. Have a great day. Try to take care of yourself and others. And as always, shine on.